After a compelling opener, we move on to Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals here on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers. Hi, everyone. Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, you look at the Clippers coming into play. They were winners in Game 1, as expected, on their home floor. They'll look to build on that advantage here at home in Game 2.
And Game 1 went as expected. But now, as the higher seed, you still got to take care of business in Game 2. As a road team, all you're looking to do is split one of these first 2 games.
You've got to get that one to go. Driving right to the basket. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Short jumper off the mark. Batum, guarded by Schroeder. Deep left corner, Beverly to Batum. Nothing going here on that drive. Lakers at the controls right now. Gets to the basket and scores.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Off the assist.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Schroeder with the basketball. Down 2. Kuzma to James. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. George to Ibaka. Can't connect. And draws the foul.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Lakers ball. Here comes the screen. Schroeder to Caldwell Pope. Baseline drive. No good. Beverly into the front court. Leads 4. To Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. Batum. Shot won't, and a putback slam.
Not really known for attacking the glass, but I like that hustle. We need to see more of that.
LeBron into the front court. 8-2 our score. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Batum to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. 3 for 4. Good start.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
He buries it, creating space with the step back.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Batum. Paul George to Beverly. Fires the 3. Shot no good. You know Beverly can appreciate good defense. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. 10-4 is the score. To Nick Batum. Serge Ibaka looking good. 4 for 5.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Schroeder. Serge Ibaka sends it away. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. James to Schroeder. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Caldwell Pope. Can't connect. It's no good. Beverly into the front court. His team on top by 8. Patrick Beverly. Missed his first. That one goes.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
The defense has to find a way to become mentally present in this ball game. Another open look, the offense is picking them apart.
Screen coming. Schroeder to Drummond. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Ibaka to Paul George. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Time to shuffle things up. Here's Schroeder with it. Down 8. Caldwell Pope to Schroeder. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Dennis Schroeder at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. George to Beverly. Serge Ibaka. He's now 5 for 6.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Clippers have got it. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Down low for Davis. Works it up top. The drive, right to the basket. Short jumper off the mark. Beverly into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Patrick Beverly. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Knocked loose. Count it.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Paul George to Marcus Morris. From the painted area, won't go down. The follow won't go either. Davis. To Kyle Kuzma. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Has a chance. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. Beverly into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. He was hacked. They let it go. To Caldwell Pope. Slams it down.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Beverly to George. Trying to cash in. Beverly's shot no good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Timeout called here by the Clippers. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Los Angeles, they have it. Schroeder to Caldwell Pope. Shot from the lane won't go. Leonard to Paul George. Leonard to George. Off the mark.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Smith to Schroeder. Here comes the screen. Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
Beverly to Leonard. And the reward, he's going to the line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
First one, count it. 2 for 2 on that trip. Across the timeline comes James. Right now, down 7. Drummond. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Leonard to Ibaka. Leonard. Shot clock winding down. Can't connect from in close.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Leonard to Ibaka. Leonard. Almost. Unlucky bounce.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
LBJ has it. Nothing going here on that drive. James and scores on the step back. Deep 3 at the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I are back after this. It's the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Beverly into the front court. His team up by 7. To Paul George. To Leonard. Slams it home on the putback. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. Can't connect on the first free throw. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Beverly into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. To Ibaka. Nice pass to get things going.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
It's James controlling the offense. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. James into the front court, trailing by 10. To J.R. Smith. Screen coming. To James. From the outside, no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Screen coming. Quinn Cook matched up with Paul George. To James. LeBron James. 2 of 4 now. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Can't connect. It's Cook with the basketball. They find themselves down 10. To J.R. Smith. 5 to shoot for Los Angeles. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Clippers have the basketball. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. To Drummond. Oh, big finish at the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
George to Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Collected by Drummond. Cook to bring it into the front court. Margins 8. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. James to Kyle Kuzma. To James. Down low for Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Called Caldwell Pope. Cleared by Ibaka. Beverly into the front court. Up 6. To Leonard. Short jumper. Won't fall. To Caldwell Pope. The jumper's off the mark. To Beverly. Paul George to Leonard. George to Beverly. Shot clock winding down. Leonard. That won't go. Schroeder with the basketball. Now down 6. To James. To Caldwell Pope. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Here's LeBron for 2. LeBron James. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognize how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. To Beverly. 5 seconds to shoot. Leonard. And the rebound taken by Caldwell Pope. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Down 4. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall. To Leonard. Beverly. To George. To Leonard. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lakers at the controls right now. To Schroeder. To James. To Kyle Kuzma. Lets it fly from long range. Good contest. Made it tough for Kuzma.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Drives, but a shot won't go down. Caldwell Pope to James. Schroeder to James. Joakim Noah swats in to Caldwell Pope.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Has a chance, shot won't go. He has to create to get a better look.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's now 5 for 6.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way, though.
LeBron with it up top. Down 6. To Schroeder. Here comes the screen. James. Cleared by Ibaka. Batum. to Marcus Morris. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Trying to cash in. It's no good. Great defense.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Leonard. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. The free throw good as he completes the 3-point play. And the lead is up to 9. Lakers ball. James. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
LeBron into the front court, trailing by 11. Nothing going here on that drive. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Here's Rondo with it. He'll run the offense. Kawhi Leonard. Here again, Schroeder. To Ibaka. Anthony Davis with the block. LeBron into the front court. Down 11. Oh, emphatic slam.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Active fans to stay with it. We'll get a jump. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Spinning shot. Won't fall. Has a look. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. Leonard to Beverly. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Here's Schroeder with it. His team down 9. Anthony Davis. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Old school equals high percentage.
Baseline drive. Another chance. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Here's Davis. Knocks it down off the step back. Desperation shot here from half court. We reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Clippers have themselves a narrow lead, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Lakers are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Serge Ibaka has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
It's James controlling the offense to Kyle Kuzma. Schroeder. Probing the defense. James. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Beverly to Leonard. Oh, he had it.
You can't fall in love with the jump shots. You have to find ways to maybe even get to the free throw line, keep your team in the game by putting points on the board.
Anthony Davis looking good, 4 for 5.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Paul George to Marcus Morris. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Across the timeline comes James. The deficit now up to 5. Nothing going here on that drive. And the Clippers have the rebound. Kawhi Leonard picked up by Schroeder. Short jumper stays out.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Davis works it up top. It's James. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound. Leonard to Beverly. Curling inside. Paul George. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Just not going down. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 7. To Marcus Morris. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Schroeder to Davis. Kyle Kuzma. Short jumper off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Schroeder with the basketball. The margin standing now at 7. James to Schroeder. Serge Ibaka with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Beverly into the front court. His team up by 7. To Paul George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Leonard. And it's Davis for the rebound. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Right now, down 7. Leonard to Beverly. Down low for Leonard. Slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Schroeder to Davis. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Anthony Davis at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. It's LA Clippers ball. Surveys the floor to Leonard. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Serge Ibaka, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First one goes down. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Here's Schroeder with it. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Knocked loose. Tough move in close quarters with the crossover. Schroeder to Kyle Kuzma. Shot from the lane won't go. Beverly into the front court. His team on top by 8. George to Leonard. Beverly to Marcus Morris. LA with 4 to shoot. 4-3. Contested shot. Marcus Morris can't hit. Schroeder with the basketball. Down 8. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Leonard to Marcus Morris. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. And he hits.
Can we all just agree that that handle was next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Margins 8. To Davis. And the rebound taken by the Clippers. Leonard to Ibaka. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Here's Schroeder with it. His guys trail by 10. Davis to Schroeder. Anthony Davis. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Montrezl Harrell rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Wide open. too easy. You can't give him that look.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Gets a shot up off the mark. To Leonard. And count the basket inside.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
New blood coming in for both sides. On the drive, it's Cook, but he can't finish. Leonard to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
And two for AD.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadless.
To George. Leonard. George. Wide open look, won't go. To Davis. Cruises inside for two.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Beverly. Kawhi Leonard. Deep two there, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Kuzma to Davis. From the painted area, won't go down. Beverly into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Paul George to Leonard. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. George. Paul George is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 84% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. Hits a second. One more coming. Hits all 3 free throws. Los Angeles has the basketball. To Davis. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Leonard. Gets it in the right corner. PG lets it fly. Paul George. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
To Kyle Kuzma. Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Leonard trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Anthony Davis snatching it out of the air. Los Angeles, they have it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Patterson guarded by Cook. Down low George. To Beverly. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Here comes the screen. Whoa! What a finish! Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Leonard to Beverly. Offensive board. Can't connect from inside. It's Cook with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. To Kyle Kuzma. Joakim Noah pins it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Cook to bring it into the front court. They can get a 2 for 1 if they hurry. To Davis, down low. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
George. Message received. Well defended. Third quarter comes to an end. It's been all Clippers so far. The Clippers with the basketballs. We begin the fourth quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the third quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing that.
George lets it fly. Not that time. Smith with it up top. His guys trail by 13. Had a good look there, but it's no good. LeBron James able to recover with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Has a chance. Smith with a shot. It won't fall. George to Leonard. Able to convert inside.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Beverly into the front court. His guys up by 15. Paul George to Leonard. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Beverly into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. To Leonard. To Paul George. LA with 4 to shoot. To Leonard. Beyond the arc for 3. It's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
Kawhi Leonard with a chance at a 4-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Got it at the line. It's Cook with the basketball. Down a bundle. James. They'll get it down to Davis. Ah, the monster stuff. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
George to Leonard. For 3, and the Lakers able to grab the rebound. Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys down big. Add 2 points to the board.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Leonard to George. And the Lakers clear. Caldwell Pope to James. Scores from the post.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
To Davis. Slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Leonard. To Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris, strong finish. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
James to Davis. Count the basket inside.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
To Caldwell Pope. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Beverly into the front court. It's an 11-point game. To Paul George. Beverly. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Leonard. It's no good. Shots not going down. Nice touch around the basket with the tip. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. James to Kyle Kuzma. Goes reverse to lay it in.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Batum to Ibaka. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
James into the front court. His guys currently down by 13. Baseline drive. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 78% at the line. First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. LA Clippers with the basketball to Marcus Morris. Here comes the screen. Beverly to George. And he'll go to the foul line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Serge Ibaka at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 75% so far tonight. Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Schroeder to Caldwell-Pope. Davis to James. Can't miss those. Beverly into the front court. Lead is 12 to Paul George. From the painted area, won't go down. LeBron with it up top. Looking to make something happen. To Davis. James. Not that time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Nothing going here on that drive. And he finishes at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
LBJ with it. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Beverly into the front court. They lead it by 14. Paul George to Batum. Fine to shoot. Batum to George. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Caldwell-Pope to Davis. Caldwell-Pope to Kyle Kuzma. Had a chance, but it's no good. It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly to Marcus Morris. probing the defense. Has a look. And the rebound taken down by the Lakers. To James. To Davis. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Beverly to Paul George. With a drop step. With the basket after a nice drop step. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
James to Schroeder. Doesn't get the bounce. It's the Clippers with the possession now. George. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. Caldwell Pope. They get it to Kuzma down low. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To George. To Beverly. Ibaka. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Batum. Too much contact. And free throws coming.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one, count it. Second and 3, got it. Three for 3, nice. Lakers at the controls right now. Screen coming. Serge Ibaka tips it. That's his 3rd block this evening. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Leonard to Paul George. Can't connect. To Davis. Knocked loose. Anthony Davis matched up with Paul George. To Leonard. To Ibaka. Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Cleans it up. Offensive board. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I don't know if there's too many games in a row, not enough rest time, but it looks like the defense is stuck in the mud. Heavy legs never equals great D.
It's LeBron. Marcus Morris the rebound. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series. A 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers came away with the victory in this one. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Lakers just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Los Angeles Clippers were most impressive in the way they turned their effort into second chance points. If I was their coach, I'd be very proud of the team for the way they played with heart.
Player of the game.
Kawhi Leonard gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.